Hey guys, welcome back to another Moondog Trading video. Tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, SHIB, Doge, and Avalanche in that order. First, usually we start on the Bitcoin daily chart, but today we're doing something a little different. We're going to start off on the Bitcoin CME futures chart, okay? And why are we starting off on this chart? Well, I did a video like 3 days ago. We talked about maybe Ethereum going up to 2,400 again. We talked about Bitcoin going up to that 3,500 based on a Fibonacci retracement. But I also want to we want to get a couple things lined up here, right? To get that number. Why is it so important that we make it up to this 34,400 to 35 180 area? Well, that was our fib, first of all, right? That was what we were looking at. Also, this is a gap on the futures chart. And if you look here, all these gaps on the chart always they get filled. 90% of the time, 90% of the time these gaps get filled, guys. So there's a 90% chance that Bitcoin's going to come up here at some point and fill this gap. Okay, we like those odds, all right? When you're a trader, you like hearing 90%. Okay? So I'm looking at this gap. Now, the thing with this gap is, are we going to fill it sooner or later? Are we going to see more downside, then fill the gap? This is what we're trying to figure out. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to our chart. Okay. We're going to start off on the monthly. All right. Actually, no, we're going to go to the daily. We're going to go to the daily. And you can see my levels here. We talked about this 2800 or 28,140 to 27,832 level, possibly getting a bounce off that level, then move higher to the upside. Guys, if I see something like that, if we get that bounce off that 27, let's say even 27,600, because we have it white over here, that would be the bottom side of that range. But let's say we get that bounce anywhere from that mid to high 27, 800 area, or the 28,100 area. If we get a bounce anywhere within that area, guys, yeah, and it holds up, we probably see that the beginning of the trading week. I don't think we'll see that this weekend. I will do a video tomorrow and keep everybody update. But I would look for something like that, maybe on a Monday or Tuesday, if we do come down there, and then maybe go up to fill this gap, okay, throughout the week. If we fill the gap, would I look for more downside and rejection there? Yes, I would, guys. Based on the video that I did on April 29th, I did a video and we talked about these ribbons, guys. And if you guys haven't seen that video, I go more in depth about these ribbons. And you guys can get this for free on TradingView. You go to TradingView, you go to these four dots, okay? You go to indicator templates, you click on it, and you go to MAEXP ribbon. And we go into depth about how these ribbons work, how the moving averages work, and also what we talked about in those ribbons, guys. And we talked about the monthly chart, okay? The one monthly chart, all right? And we were up here and we talked about closing under the 20 EMA. I made mine purple. You guys can make it when it comes default, it comes in a different color. So if you guys see the purple on my screen, that's what I did. I changed it. But if you go to the inputs, it's just the 20 EMA, okay? And I talked about closing under there, and this was in April. This was the month because each candle represents 1 month. We talked about closing under there, okay, getting that candle closed, which we did right here. Okay, we got that close underneath there, under that 37,700. And I told you if that happened, we're probably going to test this area down here, which we have in my box, anywhere from 26,600 to 24,200, which we did. Now, I also talked about testing this 50-day, or I'm sorry, 55 EMA, because we look back and we back tested the history in that video. I don't have time to do it in this video because I want to go through all these charts. But if you watch that video, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check that one out. If you watch that video, I go more in depth on how we were getting this level. Okay, we were all the way up here. We talked about a bit of that fall. It did move a lot faster than I expected. But we also talked about testing this 55, which is coming in right around the 24,400 level, but also wicking below it, guys. And what would that wick look like? And what would we be looking at? Well, I would be looking at this maybe 22,000. I mean, I got 21,900. So anywhere that 21,900 to the last local high back in 2017 in December, which came in right around that 19,891. Anywhere within this range is fair game. Okay, could we wick down and touch that 22 and bounce? Yes. Or that 21,913? Yes. Could we go a little bit lower and wick? Yes. And scare everybody? Yes. I'm still looking at that. And one of the reasons I'm looking at it, because if you watch that video, we back tested it. We always wicked under this 55 once we closed under this 20 EMA. In the history of Bitcoin, we did the bit stamp. We went all the way back to the history of Bitcoin. It happened 100% of the time. Okay. So why wouldn't it happen now? Well, Bitcoin's a little different, but that's what we're looking at. Okay. If that's what we're seeing. We got the CME gap. We got the 90% chance to the upside. Could we go up from here and test the 35, then come back down and go under this level at 25? What do we have here? Let me get a clean lock, guys. Let me get a clean lock. Could we come back down under that 25,338? Yes, we could. And this is what I'd be looking at if we did. First we would obviously test that 24. Because could we get a bounce off the 55? Yes. And then go up from there? Yes. If we get any kind of wick under there, then I'd be looking for this area, like we just talked about, that 21,913 to that 19,891 area, guys. This is very simple. It's very simple. You guys can get this for free. Check it out. Beautiful thing we're looking at here. We talked about that gap. Now, if you look here, guys, I'm going to the daily. We talked about flipping the ribbon, and we talked about each time it flips, look at the downside. Each time it flips each time we get above it, we get our bounce. Look, flip to the downside, boom, upside, bang. Downside, boom, upside, bang. You see where that purple line flips, okay? You see what happens here? It flipped to the downside. We went from that 43 all the way down to here, which was our targets. And look, guys, we have our beautiful fib right here coming in right around that 34,400 to that 3,500 area. So not only is it matching up with our fib, we're actually going to put a line right here. Boom, that 35,200. Not only are we matching up with that fib, but guys, it's matching up with the CME. So this is a huge, huge level for me. As I'm looking at this as a trader, this is a huge level for me. Could we come down, test this 2,800 to 2,700 area, or 27,800 area, or 27,600 area, and then bounce up to this 35, get rejected, come back down, and see this 22 or 21,900 to 19,890 area? Yes, guys, that's what I'm looking at as a trader, looking at this based on the monthly. And if we go back to the monthly, okay, we go back to the monthly, you can see this, guys. Look at this. Momentum is going to the upside. We're on a downtrend. Okay, we got bearish divergence. Okay, right here on the RSI. We got bearish divergence on the RSI. Okay, we got the MACD continues to fall. And look, the 3 times we back tested this. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was. Let me get rid of that. That was something else. I was actually going through I was actually doing a video and it didn't record. So I'm going pretty much over everything I talked about in a video that it didn't record. But the MACD will continue to cross to the downside under 49, as long as we're under 49,446. Now, this will, of course, change by the end of the month. But right now, this is what we're looking at, guys. And the big crossing down to the downside, guys, look, we can back test this real quick. Okay, we'll just do one quick back test on it. Okay, last time it crossed to the downside, what happened? Well, we were up here at 8,000 and went all the way down to 29.62. So that's a huge drop, okay? So you can see what happens when we do cross that. We see those big drops. So I'm looking at more. And you can see even right here on Coinbase. Coinbase only goes back to 2015. This isn't the greatest example. Bitstamp is a little bit better because we go all the way back to 2010. I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check out those hash ribbons. But you can see what happens when we close a monthly underneath this this 20 EMA. We always wick or test that 55. So we tested it here, wicked it down, wicked it here. Okay. You guys can see better examples in the link in the description from my April 29th video that I'll leave in the description where I go into more detail on that. But based on the monthly, guys, things are still looking down. This indicator here, okay, let me see if this is always a tongue twister. It's something easy for me, but accumulation distribution chart. This is an indicator where I'm looking at the bottom. Okay, so we're looking at bottoms here. All right, so you can see right here across the bottom. Okay, back test bottom here. Let's see what happens when we just go to the bottoms. All right, well, what do we got? Well, we got bottom here. Okay, monthly hit bottom at 31, peaked. Okay, we got bottom here after we hit bottom at 38,300. I mean 38.30, I should say $3,800. And then look, boom, all the way to the upside. So we're waiting for this to now come down, get into these single digits, maybe get into this 17 to 18 area. Okay, will we go that low? Maybe not. Maybe not. But this is come on. That's the area I'm looking for. Now, could we get a little, Bitcoin's a little bit different. So could we see something like this at 13? Yeah. The whole point is right when we see this starting to curve up, that's telling me, right when we see this bounce and curve up, that's telling me we're starting to see bottom. Right now, we're just in the beginning of that phase. That's why I think we're still going to see some more downside. If you look at those bigger indicators, we're looking at more downside, guys. Okay? And that's for Bitcoin. Now, like I said, could we fill that gap up? Yes. Could we go down to 27? This is the real thing, guys. This is the real case right here. Could we go down? I'm sorry. Let's look. Boom. Could we go up from here, not see this 27 or 28, come up to this 35, 34 first? That is a possibility, guys. First, we got to clear this 33 level. Then we're probably going to fill that gap at 35. Okay? So 31,500, 33, then we'll go up to this 35. Can we touch this 28 first, then go up there? Yes. Okay? So this is what I'm looking at. All right? Does it have to happen and go up from here? No, it could go up there and then come down and test this 28, 27, and then pop and then go back down. But we'll have to see how this plays out within the next couple days. All right, so just keep that in mind. For Ethereum, guys, look at this. I had 1984. We got to 1987 for the high for the day. But I still have this as my high for the day, which we didn't get there. So let's see. All the other fibs played out. Look at this. Fib played out here. Fib played out here. Okay. We're going to erase some of these fibs here. I just want to show you how good these fibs played out. Look, fib played out here. This fib has not played out. Maybe by tomorrow on Sunday, we get up to that 20 to 25 or 2020 to 2025 area, then get rejected. Or let's see if we can get some more upside. But let's see if that plays out to the downside. Now, if Bitcoin goes down, guys, to the levels that we spoke about, I'd be looking for this 1868 to 1889 level for a bounce, and then boom, to the upside. And then, guys, if we break this 22, I would be looking at this 2400 area, anywhere from 2403 to 2484 into that area. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. So I think one more bounce and then some more downside, just based on some of the technicals. Okay, so Matic, guys, we played this. You can't play this any better. We talked about this 63. You can see my fib. Let me see if I can get it highlighted here somehow. Okay, 67.3, which we talked about that. Look, it hit the high on that. We broke down, bounced off my, I had 61.4, and it went down to 61. So we were 0.4 off on there. Went back up, tested the fib again, got rejected. I haven't done a video in 3 days. So what are we looking at Matic? Well, let's see. What do we got? We had a high here. I don't like that. That's not a good high. Let's go bigger time frame. And then we had high and then a low right here after that high. So 69 to 70, we want to see that range break. And let's see if this, we can move this down a 0.4. Let's see if this 61 holds up. And let's see if that 58.8, maybe we get a bounce from there and move back up again if Bitcoin starts to go down. And then my targets to the upside, that's 775 and the 79.4 and the 81.5 and that 91 to 94 range. Cardano did the same thing, guys. This played out perfect. Look at this. We hit our target at 54 3 days ago. 54, boom. First, we look at the fib right here, hitting at 61. Perfect. Okay. Then we talked about this area, 54.4. We got to 54.7. So, I mean, come on, guys. We're talking decimals here. Then we almost got that bounce. We had, they front runned us a little bit. We had 48.7 and they took us down to 49.1. So a couple decimals off there. Then we got rejected perfectly at the high here. So we're range bound. Anywhere from this area here, my fib, let's see if we can see it. 48.7 to that 50. Let's move it back. All right, here to that 54.6. Anywhere in that range, we're range bound. So anywhere, if it gets a higher term time frame close above here, I'd be looking at that 61 or 57.5 to that 61. And to the downside, let's see if that 48.7 holds up. Okay. Solana, how much time we got? Okay, we're running out of time. Solana, same thing. We got rejected I had 50, almost pretty much 51, and it got to 51.7. So close, guys. Also, in that video I did 3 days ago, look at this 53.78, and we got to 53.996. So close on that upswing. But if you took the trade, boom, the bounce, bang up there. We also called this low down here. Look, guys, look at this. Look at my fib. Unbelievable. Look at that. Boom, hit that low perfect. But anyways, so if you took that trade from my video, you crushed it anyway. So now what are we looking at? Well, let's clear a higher term time frame above this 51 and then get back above this 53. And then we can go to 58, or I'm sorry, 55, 58, and then maybe back up to that 61 level. Shib Army, Shib Nation. This was a short-term move that did not play out. So what are we doing? We range bound here. This was the only one that did not look too good. Why is that not? What is going on here? There we go. So I'm looking at a retest maybe of the 10.77 to the downside, 10.53 to the upside. Let's clear that 13 area. Right now we're just kind of trading within 12 and 11. So let's see which we fall under. If we fall under this 11, then we're going to hit that 10. If we fall above this, or if we go above this 12.08, then we're probably going to get like on a higher term time frame, a daily. Then we'll probably reach this 13 to mid 13 level. Okay. Dogecoin, let's see how much time we got left. We still got some time. Dogecoin, we had 3 days ago, we had the 871, and it got up to, let's see, what did we get? 877. So we were a 0.5 off on there. So what I want to see is a daily closing above that area. If we can do that, then maybe we could push up to this 9 to 10 area first target. To the downside, if like Bitcoin goes down like we talked about, I'd be looking at this 770 to 757 area for some kind of bounce. And if it gets really ugly, we'll be looking at that 7 cents to 6.5. Okay. Avalanche played. God, look at this. 3 days ago, we talked about hitting that 31.85, nailed that perfect. We got our bounce area at that 27. If you would have played this, you couldn't have played it better. Then again, once again, bounce, rejection, and now we're holding it as support. So anything under that 28 to 27, we could go farther down. And to the upside, let's just clear that 31 to 33, guys. So I think that's it for today's video. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational results.